Hi, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. I figured this would be a good way to start, kind of work out some nerves, but also introduce myself and help you figure out what you can get out of this channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First question is, why did you start this channel? My biggest reason for wanting to start the channel is to kind of expand my bookish community. I love to read, so I kind of just wanted a space where I could talk about the books that I was reading, kind of find more people who read similarly to me, and find somewhere to talk about it. The other reason was I was looking for a creative outlet. I have a very creative job, but that being said, I'm often working to make videos and things for clients and for their visions. And so I thought it would be fun to just make something that's all my own and exactly the way that I want it. The next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring the book to? I feel like everyone brings their own unique personality and reading tastes. And so obviously I have my own. But also I think that I can make some very fun videos and unique content because I am a video editor. So I think I have kind of a unique skill set. So I'm excited to mess around with that. And as far as fun things, I can bring a lot of cat and coffee content, which is the most fun in my opinion. The third question is, what are you most excited for about this channel? The thing I'm most excited for is to produce something from start to finish that is all my own. Like I said, for work, I am often creating videos, but I'm usually creating something for someone else or for their vision. I don't ever get a hand in shooting or planning the content. So it's really fun to me to be able to be here kind of for the whole process of video making. The next question is, why do you love reading? I love storytelling in any and all forms. I think that's how I got into filmmaking, but reading has always been my absolute favorite because I can really see everything that the author lays out for me. I also just love the depth that you can get into in a book that you can't necessarily get into a movie. And I think that books leave more room for the reader to interpret and put themselves in the place of the main character and things like that. Next question is, what book or series got you into reading? The first big series that I read was the Harry Potter series. That was like the first time I really got actively involved in reading. But that being said, it was a little advanced for me because I started reading it when I was like 6, I think. So my mom got me the audio tapes for the first 4 books, like cassette tapes. There were like 6 in each box, double-sided. But I would read along, and that was kind of how I got into reading those. But the first series that I independently got into was probably the series of Unfortunate Events. We read it as a class in 4th grade, and I just remember being obsessed with it. I never knew that storytelling could be that way. I didn't realize an author could have such a unique voice, and I would devour those books. And that's what really, really got me into reading. The next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Honestly, I would just ask, how do you get over the fear of like putting yourself out there? Like I said, I'm not normally in front of the camera. I don't really have anything to do with the filming side typically. So this is a whole new world for me. So I guess it would just be, how do you get better at articulating your thoughts and sharing your opinions online for people to critique, I guess, because that's something I am a little nervous about. The next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I would say probably filming myself in the practical sense and just like an emotional vulnerability sense. I'm a little nervous to be on camera, but I'm kind of, I'm trying to open myself up and be a little more out there. So that's exciting. But also I have a very chaotic schedule. I'm a freelancer, so I kind of I'm all over the place all the time. So I'm a little worried about just like finding times to film myself, because a lot of times when I'm reading, it's like in the middle of the night, like I got off and I'm just sitting there with my Kindle like this in the dark, or I'm listening to audiobooks while I'm running errands and things like that. Or sometimes I'm like sorting footage and it's a visual thing, so I'm listening to an audiobook. So I think I'm just interested to see how the filming process goes. The next question is, when did you start reading? I kind of got a late start to reading. I grew up in Los Angeles and, it was a great school, but I fell behind very quickly, like right away. And I just was very slow to get into reading. I didn't really like it. I didn't enjoy it. I was a very like athletic, outdoorsy kid. And that's kind of where my interests were. But when I was in 3rd grade, we moved to Chicago and I got put in some remedial classes, which was very helpful. And they really worked with me to find things that I enjoyed to make learning and reading more enjoyable. They also did like a library night twice a week, and we lived really close to the school, and my mom loves to read. So she would go down with me twice a week and she would read with me, and she'd teach me about like comprehension, and we'd AR test together. And it was just so helpful to realize how fun reading could be because the school made it so fun. So with all the support from my school and my mom and my friends and just everyone around me loving reading, it really inspired me to read more, and it showed me how enjoyable it could be. And it kind of got me over that hump that I was stuck in, to where I could really start to enjoy it. Next question is, where do you read? I read everywhere. I read in my reading chair, I read at my desk, I read in my bed, I read on my couch, I read in my car, I read on the go. My Kindle is almost always in my purse. I pull it out at any moment. I have my earbuds with me all the time for audiobooks. If I'm grocery shopping, if I'm running errands, if I'm running the post office, like anything, I am almost always with a book. I don't think I go a single day without reading. And it's just my favorite thing to do always and forever. And then the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like a little bit of everything. I would say fantasy is probably my biggest genre. I also really enjoy like romantasy, romance in general. I enjoy mystery and thriller. I'm newly getting into horror and really enjoying that. I like literary fiction. I like historical fiction. Sci-fi is hit or miss for me. It's kind of that way with TV shows as well. So I haven't quite figured out what it is that I like and don't like about sci-fi. And then poetry is probably a little hit or miss for me too. But otherwise, I think I pretty much read everything. Fiction, nonfiction, classics, fantasy, romance, historical fiction, dramas, mystery, thriller, horror, weird contemporary, random things. If someone says it's good or interesting, even if they don't say it's good, if they just say it's interesting read, I will probably pick it up. I just love reading and getting different storytelling and perspectives. So I will read pretty much anything. So that was my Booktube Newbie Tag. I hope that it helped you get to know me a little bit better, but we'll see. I'm really excited to start this channel and this journey with Booktube, and just kind of have a space to talk about what I'm reading. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like what you heard, maybe think about subscribing or liking, and join me back for more content coming soon. Bye.